WUSA 9 Weather Impact is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
I'm meteorologist Caitlin McGrath, and we are in for a chilly Thanksgiving. Temperatures are going to start off in the 30s for just about everyone. Low 40s in and around the Beltway, but down to about 34 degrees in Front Royal and Culpeper, 35 in Manassas, mid to upper 30s in Leesburg and Frederick, and down through southern Maryland. And those are the actual temperatures, but there is going to be a feels-like factor, a wind chill factor to the forecast, because it's still going to be quite breezy, very windy out toward parts of the Blue Ridge, where a wind advisory is in effect until 11 a.m. Parts of the Shenandoah Valley also under that wind advisory, but elsewhere we'll generally see winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour throughout the morning and into the afternoon. This is 12 o'clock, a little bit breezier north and west of D.C., but gusty wind will stick around Thursday and even into Friday as well. So for your Thanksgiving forecast, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures start off in the upper 30s and low 40s and only make it into the low to mid 40s throughout the afternoon. You factor in that wind, it is going to be quite chilly for your Thanksgiving plans. We've got clouds around as well. Unfortunately, it's not until much later in the day when we start to see some partial clearing. So maybe a few breaks of blue sky, but I would plan on an overcast day for Thanksgiving. So if you're traveling across the country, the good news is it's looking fairly quiet across the Northeast. Still a few lake effect snow showers back into parts of northwestern Pennsylvania and upstate New York, but mostly dry, just cloudy from D.C. down through Virginia over into the Ohio River Valley. A little bit brighter if you're heading north and east back into New England. Up into Maine, you do still have a little bit of a wintry mix to get through. Through the Midwest, nice and quiet. Still, again, some snow around the Great Lakes with that lake effect snow, but otherwise mostly sunny, just chilly back into parts of Bismarck and Minneapolis. But temperature similar to us down through Kansas City and St. Louis, but much brighter. If you're traveling down to the south and east, shouldn't have any major issues. There are some showers around Florida, but otherwise just mostly cloudy and mostly dry, and beautiful through parts of the Carolinas into the Georgia over toward Texas. Just tons of sunshine. A beautiful Thanksgiving forecast. And if you are heading west, Pacific Northwest, you might run into a few issues. We do have some rain in the Pacific Northwest, but elsewhere, expect plenty of sunshine. So hopefully, since there are no major storm systems moving across the country, if you are flying, you won't have any issues, but always check with your carrier. Now, for Friday, we're talking about even colder temperatures here at home. We'll wake up with temperatures in the 20s just about everywhere, but below freezing everywhere. Might stay in the low 30s for D.C. That wind still noticeable throughout the day. And thankfully, by Friday, gorgeous sunshine is back, and we will need every drop of it because it's going to be windy and cold throughout the day. This is lunchtime. Temperatures still only in the mid to upper 30s, ultimately making it back into the mid to low 40s for high temperatures on Friday. Then as we look ahead to the weekend, Saturday, almost a carbon copy with a little less wind. So Saturday will feel more comfortable than Friday, but nice sunshine, chilly temperatures. And then by Sunday, clouds thicken up and then rain does look to develop throughout the second half of Sunday. Now that likely will impact the Commanders game. They've got the Sunday night game against the Broncos. And if you are heading up to Northwest Stadium, you're going to want the rain gear, hat, gloves, all of the layers, because the rain does look to be tapering off throughout the game, but I don't think it's going to be dry by any means. Those showers will still be around probably for the first half of the game before we start to dry things out later at night, but it's still going to be really damp, really chilly, so make sure you bring all the appropriate layers to combat not only the wet weather, but also the cold weather. Now, we are looking ahead to next Tuesday. You may have heard rumblings of a little bit of a wintry mix. Now, it does look like late Monday night we'll start to see an area of low pressure approach from the south and west, and that could bring in a brief mix with some wet snowflakes for areas north and west of D.C., but it is trending drier and drier. What we do know is that we're likely going to see some rain at a minimum, though not every computer model even brings this system directly overhead like this one does in particular. But this would result in rain throughout the first half of Tuesday and start to dry things out throughout the afternoon and evening. So that forecast is far from a lock. That's just your heads up that yes, we are looking ahead to a possible mix into next Tuesday. In the meantime, we've just got a chilly and breezy and cloudy Thanksgiving forecast, but at least it is dry for your outdoor plans and your turkey trots. You're just going to need some extra layers in the morning. Beautiful, just breezy and chilly Friday and Saturday, and then we will be tracking that rain that does look to develop throughout the second half of your Sunday. We'll dry things out on Monday and then keep a close eye on that potential for a wintry mix come Tuesday.